So the Kansas City Chiefs are absolutely out of control. I mean, they just look very, very good in training camp. And they have a lot of good players that's been making a lot of great plays. And they are building a real foundation here. Like, I know that this is a team that's won multiple championships, well, multiple Super Bowls. This is a team that's did a lot in these, throughout these seasons. But now they're starting to look like they're on a whole nother level. And the reason why I say that is because they have guys like Xavier Worthy, Rice, Hollywood Brown, and Jalen Royals, but they also have guys on the defense that looks amazing. Like, guys like Chris Jones, who's, a Kansas City Chiefs legend. They got guys like McDuffie, and just a bunch of people making plays. And then when you take a look at their offensive line, it's actually coming along well. I mean, we lost Joe Thuney, which was bad, but we still got Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey in the middle. Juwan Taylor and Jalen Moore fighting for right tackle. Then you got Joshua Simmons at left tackle, who's looking very, very amazing. He's looking like that franchise left tackle so far, but we still got to see him in the game. So with the Kansas City Chiefs having all of these type of players and having all of this good to them, it will get you very, very worked up and very, very excited as a Kansas City Chiefs fan for the upcoming season. And you should know that this Chiefs team is coming out hot. They're going to be very, very special throughout the season. And this might be a season that we're going to see for the ages now. I do want to give us a little schedule prediction, but I'll probably save that for the end of the video. But, man, the Chiefs team look impressive. And I just can't wait for the September 4th game against the Los Angeles Chargers so I can see how we really come out playing. Like, it's really going to be something very special to watch. So Patrick Mahomes, he's looking more sharp, with his passes, with his reads and stuff like that. Isaiah Pacheco has been absolutely amazing out the backfield. He's been making some great plays. He even got a long catch for a touchdown. So Pacheco's been doing a lot of good stuff, and it definitely shows that he's going to be a big part of this offense for the Kansas City Chiefs in this upcoming season. He's looking to bounce back after a poor season. And yeah, man, there's been a lot of early standouts, in this Chiefs training camp. There's been a lot of standouts. And one guy's been Jason Brownlee. Jason Brownlee, he's a player. He's opened eyes at the start of training camp. He's a veteran wide receiver, though, And they said that on Sunday he had a very good outing in preseason. It was his best outing in preseason. They said that his practice was excellent. They said it was excellent. There's no denying the fact. But Brownlee, he's a very good player. He's making a lot of great plays, and he's doing the right things at the moment. There's no question in that. But the question is, could he do it for another 3 weeks? So that was something to watch out right there. But that's why I say the Chiefs are just out of control, because they just got a bunch of guys that's really just going crazy. They have a bunch of guys that's literally doing good, and a lot of guys that you wouldn't even imagine, you would have been think of, like Jason Brownlee. We're not really thinking about Jason Brownlee as Chiefs fans. Let's be real. But the Chiefs, another thing is they have fewer concerns compared to other playoff teams. Like, I feel like the Chiefs, they have the least concerns out of other playoff teams. A lot of the other playoff teams is figuring some things out, while the Chiefs have a lot of stuff figured out already. And then you got rookies shining in training camp. So there's a lot of positivity for the Kansas City Chiefs, It's a lot of positivity, man. It's a lot of rookies shining. The rookies on defense is definitely shining. And you also got to remember, on offense, we got guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, veterans. Then we got Travis Kelce, who's still a weapon. Then you have Tyquan Thornton, who's looking very, very good. Patrick Mahomes, he's still out there. He's still out there finding ways to improve after year 9. So it's definitely something very, very good. So Patrick Mahomes, man, he's bothered by that Chiefs Super Bowl loss. He's still bothered about that. So this is what he had to say. So, quote, "So now it's about where are we going to go now? Are we going to get even better from that loss? Are we going to find ways to win? Are we going to find ways to make everyone better, not just one person? I feel like we've done that at camp, but you can't prove it until you go out there and do it." So Patrick Mahomes is obviously very, very mad about that Super Bowl loss. And that's not something that he wanted. I don't blame him for being mad about that Super Bowl loss, because as a Chiefs fan, y'all seen it. It was absolutely sad how we got done out there. And it's August, and I'm still talking about something that happened all the way in February. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to look very different in the backfield as well, right? The way the Chiefs will run the ball this season could look different. The Chiefs, they don't only have Pacheco, but they also have veteran running backs like Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell. And, them two backs cannot carry the load like they used to. But they are still two veterans who could be in the mix, and that can help the Chiefs run the ball very, very well. So instead of leading with mostly one running back this season, the Chiefs could be looking towards going for a multiple back system. And that's something that could be better for the offense. It could keep fresh legs on the field for the Chiefs, especially towards the end of games. So that's something that's very, very good for the Kansas City Chiefs right there. I love what I've seen out of the young wide receivers as well. They've been very good. Tyquan Thornton, Jason Brownlee, Jalen Royals. They've been amazing, man. They've been looking good in the red zone, third down. You know, they've been looking great. And you can always improve in the red zone. That's something that we definitely had to improve on. And I'm glad to see them improving. But Tyquan Thornton and Jason Brownlee, they look good in the drills Monday. And Andy Reid love what he's seen out of both of them. You know, they're both doing a great job. Tyquan Thornton's looking very, very speedy. He also had a very impressive grab from Patrick Mahomes. That was something I ain't really expect to see. That was very, very impressive right there from Tyquan Thornton. But yeah, man, Patrick Mahomes, he's building chemistry with these dudes, bro. And it's something that the league should be worried about because it's scary if you ask me. It's definitely scary. I'm not going to lie. It's so scary. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's just very, very good to see what this Chiefs team is doing. You know, they're looking very above average. I love what I'm seeing out of them. And like I said, man, this Chiefs team, they have potential to go out there and go all for it again. And that's something that I would love to see out of them. And that's something that I think they could easily do. You know, something they could easily do. Like, when you have all these veterans, you have a hungry Mahomes, like, I feel like everything happens for a reason in this life, and we know that, right? So, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they lost the Super Bowl for a reason. Now that revenge could be on their mind for a very long time, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they go out there and go to the Super Bowl again and then win it, you know? Just go out there and flat out win it. Wouldn't even be surprised, because I don't really see anybody else beating us in the AFC. The AFC is just too weak for this Kansas City Chiefs team. And it's like Andy Reid just has something on everybody in the AFC, and they can't really tweak with Andy Reid. They can't really, you know, they can't help themselves against Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a very good play caller. He's an amazing play caller, and teams just tend to struggle against Andy Reid, and that's the facts. That's the honest truth, and that's what I'm rolling with. So I just can't wait for the season to start. But this Chiefs team, man, they've been very elite in training camp. I feel like I had to break the news out to y'all because I've been seeing it. You know, I've definitely been seeing it, and it's something that makes me happy, and it's something that gets me excited. Now we're getting closer and closer to the NFL season. It's already, what, August 4th, right? Wait, what is it? Yeah, it's August 4th right now. So, actually, it's August 6th. Oh, my God, I'm bugging. See, time's going by quick, man. It'll be NFL before you know it, but we got some preseason games in a few days. Definitely going to be in tune for that. But yeah, man, I was happy everything's coming back. Chiefs week 1, we definitely going to put a lot of money on our boys for week 1. Can't wait to see how they play against the Chargers. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. So your boy Chiefs Priority. I'm out. Peace.